Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of H-Con Res 89, which takes the strong stand against a carbon tax that would hurt American families, workers, and job creators. As the President closes out his time in office, he would like nothing more than to ram through more of his harmful energy agenda. Just look at the President's budget this year. Among the $3.4 trillion in tax hikes he proposed, the President included a $10 per barrel tax on oil. This tax alone would cause gas prices to increase by an estimated 25 cents per gallon. With a carbon tax, there would be a tax hike on production, distribution, and use of not only oil, but also natural gas and any other form of energy that emits carbon. Such a tax would have many serious impacts on our economy by making day-to-day life more expensive for families throughout this country. First, a carbon tax could drive up the cost of energy for both the producer and the consumers. This translates to larger energy bills that eat up even more of Americans' take-home pay, especially during the hottest and coldest months of the year. Second, a carbon tax would destroy well-paying jobs throughout the American energy sector, a sector that has fueled significant job growth throughout the country. Third, a carbon tax would deliver a direct hit to working families and have compound effects that would reach all corners of economy. In fact, a carbon tax would increase the cost of virtually every good manufactured or service performed in the United States, including everyday necessities. If a good requires energy to make or support, which most do, taxes on that energy are essentially a tax on that good. As a result, Americans would have to pay more for everything, from milk to clothing to school supplies. Finally, to make this bad idea even worse, we know that a carbon tax would hurt those living in poverty and those on fixed incomes more than anyone else. Put simply, a carbon tax would make it harder for us to grow our economy and help working families and small businesses succeed. We all want an all-of-the-above energy approach that supports new innovations, not a targeted tax hike on specific industries. Thanks to the leadership of Whip Scalise, Congress will pass this bill today and send it to the Senate. And we'll send a clear message to the people in our districts, as well as into the Obama White House, that we do not support this extreme tax. Instead, we will continue to pass legislation that grows our economy and helps our Americans get back to work. After all, last week we received the worst jobs report in almost 6 years. It is more important than ever that we move forward with a bold, pro-growth agenda, not another expensive Washington tax. I reserve